Heya, it's Baz here back with another YouTube video, and today's topic is AMD RX 6900 XT could be an overclocking champ. So let's get to it. So I just seen this article today and it's talking about the RX 6900 XT graphics card and the potential of the overclocking it's got, and you know, we're going to go into it and going to maybe read through a wee bit of the article and maybe talk about it and go from there. But before I get into it, just I want to say if you're liking the videos that I'm creating and you want to help support the channel, if you wouldn't mind hitting the wee like button there and subscribe to the channel as well. And if you want to be notified of future videos, hit that wee bell notification. And we'll just get to the main stuff now. So in the article, it is saying that, first of all, that the 6800 XT was hitting potentially of a limit of 2.8 gigahertz clock speed on the GPU, and going with this here, so I'm going to link this into maybe show parts in the video, and I'll link it below in the description as well. So the 6900 XT has a potential of hitting a maximum of 3 gigahertz on the clock, so obviously you have to overclock to hit these sort of speeds, but like compared to other graphics cards, like that's amazing. So it is. And the potential that these cards have. And for me, one of the main things as well is obviously this is RDNA 2, so this is the second round they've got from these GPUs, and the potential that they could hit from RDNA 3 is going to be unreal, to be honest with you. But like we're not at that stage yet, so back to RDNA 2, that's where we're at here at the minute. But I'm just my wee thought there I had there, so just was sort of thinking about this, and it just come to my head as I was making this video. So obviously this is unscripted as usual, and this is all my own comments, and you know, and I just love talking about technology, and as you know if you've watched the channel before. But yeah, they're going to be amazing GPUs. My only problem with this at the minute is trying to get your hands on one of these GPUs will be the problem, you know, because the stock is very, very limited. And I was looking on when the cards came out to see if I could get my hands on one. Well, I wasn't going to get one, but I was looking to see if I could get stock of it. But the time that it was launched, wasn't able to get on, and then I got on about 45 minutes later to even get a wee quick check, and there was none available even to order. You know, but like the cards for what they are, and the price. Now I'm not sure what the reference ones are good value, but I'm not sure obviously at what prices, because I was unable to see if there's, you know, the AB cards is out, you know, for the overclock ones from the other brands like Asus and MSI or whatnot, whoever brings them out. But they're a very good card, and the potential that they have, and you know, like if they're able to hit these clock speeds, and you know, I'm not sure, not everybody might be able to hit them. It depends on your cooling system, depends where you're water cooled or you're not water cooled or whatever. But you know what I mean, this is the max potential you could be getting from your graphics card. And do you know what, I've only seen this article, so I haven't really dived a lot into other people's articles, or I might watch a few YouTube videos and stuff on it, maybe do an RV video. But it's just something that I seen and I thought was interesting, and the potential that they have, and just want to get this wee video out. And but hopefully maybe, you know, in the next maybe a few weeks or a month or two, that there'll be a lot more cars get out and a lot more people testing them, and you know, and getting on people's hands. Like, you know, the consumer needs to get them, you know, and try them out, and you know, we need to get them out there. So we do. But the potential, like, you know, even the 6800 XT of hitting 2.8 gigahertz, you know, is amazing. And then obviously a 6900 XT up to 3 gigahertz, you know. So what I might do after this video, maybe for another future video, maybe in a week or two, what I might do is try and do a bit more research and try and get a bit more, find out how the 6900 XT compares to the likes of a 3090, you know, performance wise, because at the start the reference ones I think as the 6900 XT, was it 10 to 20? I want to say 10% faster than the 6800 XT. Now that was obviously at a reference, and that was at their base clock, you know. But if you're been able to boost the two up, you know, to these heights, you know, if this that far, you know, does that pull away from that 10 or 12 or whatever percentage it was? I just off the top of my head, just left the top of my head there. But you know, does that mean that the 3090 is really bad value for money if you could potentially get the 3900 XT? Sorry, 6900 XT, you know, to overclock that far. You know, so that's just something there to think about, and maybe me to find out, and maybe try and get a few benchmarks, maybe do even a wee video where, you know, maybe going through some of the benchmarks I've seen, maybe read a few other articles and see, and just to see the potential of how far this card can actually go. And I think that's amazing. And for a second round on a RDNA 2, like, you know, AMD's went from having, they're on the, you know, they had no potential in the GPU market. Then they come out with RDNA 1. Now, granted, that was only up to like a mid-range card, but for something now that they're going this far, you know, and even they're in around, you know, 3080, 3090, will the potential, if they can overclock this far, will they be better? That's the question that I've asked myself, and I want to find out, and I want to find out for you as well. And, you know, because if the 6900 XT is equal or better than a 3900, value for money, it is a lot better than the 3900. So, like, you know, the base price I think for a 6900 XT was what, $1,000, and the 3990 was something like $1,500. So, you know, I mean, 2/3 of the price, and, you know, if it's got the same performance or potentially more with this overclock, and, you know, that's just amazing. But obviously not everybody needs a 6900 XT. To me, if I was going to go for a card, my sweet spot would probably be the 6800 XT, not the 6800, for the value of the extra money. It doesn't make sense. So I think, you know, if you're looking at the overall SKU, for the main user, I still think the 6800 XT is the best value. But if you're somebody who's maybe a content creator, or somebody needs that extra performance, you know, multiple monitors and streaming and the setup, then, you know, that's where you pay the extra money for a 6900 XT or a 3090. But when you're talking about that sort of value and performance, like the 3090s, you know, isn't good value for money. But for the person who needs it, then that's where you have to work out if that's value to you or not. You know, obviously the 39 is a lot more VRAM. Well, 16 versus, I think it's got 24 in the 3090, whereas 16 on the 6900 XT. But that's for a different story, and we'll have to try and find out a wee bit more information. Look, as I say, like, I'm just making this wee video just because something that's interesting me on script. I just want to go through it, and I'll fire a few wee pictures up here as I'm talking. And yeah, I think it's amazing. It's class, and just if people get their hands on them and see what the potential they have. But we just need them in the consumer's hands now at this stage, because I don't know what it's like in America, but here, and obviously I live in the UK, and the stock of the cards have been non-existent. You know, I don't know anybody that's been able to get one. Anytime I've looked on, like you go onto some of the websites now, and they're not even there. They've actually been taken off the website, so I don't know what's going on. So, you know, did they even launch them? Someone on the day they're supposed to launch? We'll have to wait and see if they start to come back into stock. We'll go from there. But as I said before from the start of the video, if you like my content and you like what I'm doing and you want to support the channel, you know, if you'd hit that like button and hit the bell subscribe button to be notified of future videos, and if you want to be notified when they actually drop, hit the bell notification. And here, cheers for all the help and support you've given so far, and I'll see you all soon in the next video. See you soon. Bye.